In topic 1, you're going to be able to solve one-step linear equations in one variable. These linear equations have rational number coefficients. Okay? Thing we are going to do every time is right through the equal sign, draw a line. Okay? Again, these are going to be steps that we are going to take. If you want to, you can go ahead and draw a line through every single one of these. And you're going to hear it a lot. Line, combine, move, isolate. Okay? Line, combine, move, isolate. Now, first, so back up to number 1 here to the top left. I drew my line. Then I combine. I've got no like terms to combine, nothing to distribute. Okay? There's no parentheses. It's easy. Okay? Now I'm going to move. I'm going to move all my coefficients, or all my variables, to one side, and all my numbers, or my constants, okay, constants are numbers without a variable, so all your constants to the other side of the equal sign. So after this step, all your variables will be on one side of the equal sign, all your constants will be on the other. So here, the number 8, in order to move it over the line, I've got to do the opposite of what it is. Since it is a positive 8, to move it over the line, I have to subtract 8. I did nothing with my v, so I can bring it down. Okay? 26 minus 8 is 18. So I have moved. You got to always check your work and make sure it is right. By checking, all I have to do is take my answer and plug it in. So I substituted 18 for v. So I have 26 equals, now let's simplify this side right here. Okay, so 8 plus 18 is 26. Does 26 equal 26? Yes. That means my line, I've got to do the opposite. Since it is a positive 3, I must subtract 3. I can bring this p down, so p equals 8 minus 3 is 5. Substituting 5 in for p. So I get 3 plus 5 equals 8. Combine my like terms over here. 8 equals 8. Check. Look, is there anything I can combine? Line, combine. Nothing I can combine, so let's start moving stuff. Okay? I've got to move everything away from m. M is my variable. I want to move everything away from m. So I'm going to take all the constants, and I'm going to move them over my line. To move them over the line, I have to do the opposite of what's going on. Since it is a negative 9, to move it over the line, I have to add 9 to each side. These 9s cancel. I bring my m down, so I have m equals, now here's where we run into some issues sometimes. Negative 13 plus 9 is a negative 4. Check my work. And I am going to check by substituting negative 4 in for m. Negative 4 minus 9 is negative 13. Negative 13 equals negative 13. I am correct. 7. X equals 20. By substituting 20 in for x. 20 minus 7 is 13. 13 equals 13. So I'm going to move everything away from p. I have a negative 6 on the same side of p, so to move it over the line, I have to add 6. I'm going to cross those off. I'm bringing a p down. Negative 5 plus 6 is a positive 1. We struggle with those negatives. That's why this is on here. We struggle with those negatives. Negative 5 plus 6 is a positive 1. Now let's substitute 1 in for p and solve. 1 minus 6 is negative 5. negative 5 equals? Does negative 9 equal negative 9? Yes. These two problems very similar. I'll do the first one, and then I'll have you do the next one. So, I drew my line. First step, as always, draw your line. Let's look to combine. Do I have any terms on the right or left that I can combine? No. Let's talk about moving. Do I have anything that on the outside, addition or subtraction, that I can move away from the x? No, there's nothing to move. Now my only step is to isolate my variable. Isolate x. Okay? Since it's 8 times x, to move that 8, to isolate x and move the 8 over the line, I have to do the opposite of what is going on. Since it's multiplication, I must divide. I'm going to divide each side by 8. Okay, those cancel, leaving me with x equals negative 13. Now I have to check my work. Negative 104 equals 8 times negative 13. I substitute negative 13 in for x into the original problem. Negative 104 equals negative 104. I am correct. Does negative 56 equal negative 56? Check. Okay, on to my last two here. I've drawn my line. Now let's look to the left and the right of the line. Can I combine? There's nothing. There's no like terms. There's no distributing, no parentheses, no nothing. Nothing to combine. Now let's talk about moving. Okay? Line, combine. Moving implies that something is added or subtracted onto my variable. Is there anything added or subtracted onto my variable? Nope, there is not. Okay? Now I'm going to isolate. Isolate implies multiplication or division. It's a little bit different than what we just did. Okay? I need to isolate my variable, meaning I have a 18 divided by my variable connected directly to it. Or you could say you multiply by 1/18. Alright? But you have negative 6 equals b divided by 18. In order to isolate my variable and get it all by itself, you need to do the opposite of what it is telling you. Since it is telling you we are dividing, the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So you must multiply each side by 18. And by doing that, they cancel out. The denominator will cancel out, leaving you with just b. 18 times negative 6 is negative 108. That is not it. We are not done. 108 divided by 18 is negative 6. Does negative 6 equal negative 6? Yes, 8 is 2. 2 equals 2. Check.